So first of all, could we speak a bit about how things are going for the airports in the region in terms of pre-COVID, during COVID, and passenger numbers? What's going on?
Yeah, so I think we are seeing right now, we're in a post-pandemic world, and going back to normal is not necessarily possible, because I think that we have an opportunity to produce change. I think airports in both regions are embracing right now lasting economic and social sustainability. I think we're talking about the EU Green Deal. We're talking about recovery. Also, we know that the EU delivered the EU Green Recovery Package. I'd say, also thinking, about, I mentioned both regions and airports, and as you know, at the Airport Regions Council, we are in fact representing the local and regional public authorities with an international airport on their territories. So what we welcomed and what we have noticed on our side is that, both the in fact, partnerships are more and more encouraged. So both regions and airports are working together more and more, and especially for on sustainability aspects, on recovery, on decarbonization, on the green transition. I don't know if I have really answered your question, so because I was tracing back the question, so feel free to follow up on that.
No, I think maybe let's touch upon sustainability, because it's such a huge part of the organisation. So what's going on? What's the initiatives, and what are the key goals for the future?
I think sustainability is at the center right now. As I said, we have the opportunity to build again and to build better. We can talk about better aviation. We can talk about building a more sustainable aviation future. I mentioned also the EU Green Deal, and at the ARC, in fact, we have Olga project, which is a holistic green airport. It is one of the airports, one of the projects funded under the EU Green Deal call on green airports. It was in fact presented today in the Environment and Sustainability track at Passenger Terminal Expo. And this project really focuses on sustainability and on reducing the environmental impact of the aviation sector, but from a holistic approach. And when I say holistic approach, it means that it focuses on preserving biodiversity, on waste management, on energy efficiency, on sustainable aviation fuel. We're talking about hydrogen. Electrification. It also focuses on mobility and so on. But what I want to say is that the key is that it really focuses on reducing the carbon footprint, also noise pollution, very much important, by also engaging with the local communities, with the regions, and to form a holistic approach.
Absolutely. And perhaps following on from that, how will UAM or advanced transport transform not only aviation but the passenger experience too?
Yeah, I think that's really interesting, and urban air mobility is coming, and I don't think we can deny that. It's a more and more emerging trend, especially in mobility. I think it does have the potential, to probably to reduce some of the congestion, to reduce some of the negative environmental impact, and most importantly, I think urban air mobility comes with the chance to merge ground transport with air transport, but I think this kind of integration is indeed very challenging. And from our side at the ERC, what I'd like to mention is that for urban air mobility to be successful, I think that the competent civil aviation authorities, but also and specifically the regions and the cities, the public administrations, they need to have a decisive role in the regulation and how this will be implemented. And it should be something that is done together with the authorities.
Absolutely. So What are some upcoming trends that are exciting?
Yeah, so I mean, we've already mentioned urban air mobility. So to me, this is one of them. I think that we are still battling the virus. So I'd say that how we deal with health and safety and sanitation, these are aspects that are here to stay. And also I'd say, not just this, but digitalization in general, it's something really important, and not only because we will have to, deal with health procedures and records, but also we can talk about biometric technologies, automation, and most specifically, I think, SAF, hydrogen, electrification, and probably how an airport is going to cope in the future with different planes like electric planes, hydrogen planes, SAF as well. So yeah,
absolutely. And since the pandemic, passengers' expectations have completely changed, shifted. As you say, health and safety is key, sanitation is at the forefront of their minds. So how are the airports across your region meeting these new expectations?
So I think, always, the passengers are at the center. We, once again, we are not really representing the airports, but I do think that especially by focusing more on sustainability, airports together with the regions are really putting more focus on increasing quality of life, and not just the passenger, but also of the local communities surrounding an airport. And I think, also from the passenger perspective, seamless transportation and also a seamless journey at the airport to the airport is expected.
Absolutely. And perhaps we could speak a little bit about surrounding communities and the importance of them. Your DREAM project, is it DREAM or is it?
Yeah, DREAM project. Yeah, nice to mention that.
so how crucial is social responsibility for airports, and particularly perhaps workforce, and how the surrounding communities bring this all together?
As you know, DREAM project was a project funded by the Erasmus Plus program. We had, if I remember well, because it's been a while since it ended, I think 2 years, we were 7 regions in total, I think Paris, Berlin, the city of Beek, for instance, in the Netherlands, also Brussels, and it was a very important project because it delivered a set of a guide of best practices and recommendations on what how to match the needs of an airport platform with the skills of job seekers, basically. And I think that something that we have noticed, and is thinking especially about skills mismatch and shortage of skills, is that soft skills, linguistic skills, and digital, green digital skills are especially right now with the pandemic, more and more important. Employment is, I think, crucial for the growth of an airport, for the growth of a region, and combining them, by finding, let's say, a balance between the two is particularly important for delivering and for allowing the local communities to benefit from that as well. So it's not only about receiving the negative environmental impact, but also benefiting from the development at an airport.
Absolutely. And my final question is, what is your outlook for the future of aviation?
What's big now on the agenda is decarbonization and sustainability. So I think I would like to see more and to learn more about all the the transition to smart and sustainable mobility, to see how airports are going to deal with the staff uptake. How we're going to deal with the biodiversity loss. So I'm really looking forward to see, a full complete approach to sustainability and how that is going to be dealt with at airports and in regions.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.